Alright, guys. Fitz back here for yet another game here. And you know what that means? It means that we hear fanfare, and that means we introduce our players, is what it means for iCup StarCraft TV here. Spawn here, and in the top right, it will be Nikon, or better known as the person who runs DRTL. And his opponent will be SGS's Puyi here. I completely forget what SGS it means, but I believe Puyi was actually another leader of the D-Ranked Team League of like Season 1, or I think it was Season 1 actually. So, that's really awesome. And Nikon, I actually have no idea. I couldn't slash stats him. He has such a weird name to his clan name. I tried inputting it. It just said invalid user. So maybe he was playing on a different server. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I could not find out where he lives and stuff like that. But yes, Puyi does live in the United States of America. And now the song is over. Our fanfare is over. Let's go into actual Brood War music, guys, because that is all the fun stuff. Anyway, so I know a little bit about these players, and we have a 9 pool coming in from Nikon. Okay, no gas though. Okay, so Econ 9 pool, I guess. We'll see. It lets up more options for Zerg to apply pressure. It's kind of like the only option it really does, but. Map's big, and I'm a little surprised by this because it's electric circuit, which, I mean, it's not cross position, but even still, it's a big map. I mean, it's just a big map. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna do 9 pool and a 12 hatch. I've done that build. It just gives you more lings faster. If you have issues with like early pressure against Terran, sometimes it's a great build because it gets out more lings. It just hurts your economy, so you know it's kind of playing it more safe than getting a little bit more greedy than what a lot of Zergs do. Now, I'm not gonna go say that Zerg needs to get greedy. I mean, it's just an odd. It just gets out more lings faster, and it can also end up being a transition of ultra ling too. Like a more of an econ style, so we might see that. You know, you can just get down like, you know, a 3rd hatchery and just start massing lings if your opponent doesn't really have an idea of how to wall off correctly. But this is correct. This is a tight wall off, ling-proof wall. So lings, it can make it difficult for Terran to take off a natural, which I mean for me it's just a nuisance to deal with because like when I'm Terran. And then all of a sudden there's like a crap ton of lings. Like I just don't know how to deal with it. So we'll see how Puyi handles this. It could also be just 2-hatch meterlists too, just to stall for scouting information. I mean it can do pretty much everything that you can think of that would give you what units will do. It's pretty much what a 9 pool does. It just gets out your units faster. It's pretty much the whole reason why behind this whole thing. And of course, you get better map control, or map vision, figure what your opponent's doing, deny an expansion, stuff like that. But even still, I mean, like Puyi is just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with this. I know this link's out, but I'm just gonna put my CC in my base, and I'm gonna put like a bunker, and then I'll be fine. You know, I wish that was the case with me, but my reaction timing to repair a bunker or stall with SCVs just is not available. And it's just going to go with 3-hatch meatless right there. So he just won a 9 pool, so he's not even really making a lot of lings. So I guess I kind of just disregard everything I said. But what I said is true. But maybe I could be completely wrong. Okay, so it's actually Lurker. Okay, this is totally fine. This is absolutely totally fine. So instead of 3-hatch meatless, it's going to be 3-hatch Lurker, which is a less common build. And the way I'm looking at this is, again, like, what you do as a player to allow you to potentially win games, because my meta micro is just non-existent. Now, I don't know what Nikon's meta micro is, but possibly the reasoning because he went Lurker is because he doesn't feel confident in his meta micro. And you know, lurkers are a fine way. You don't have to micro them as intensely as meterless. Now, again, what I'm saying is if you don't have the time, just like I was saying in the Cyanic Reaver cast, like if you don't have like all the time in the world to, you know, practice and stuff, you know, don't go units that won't work for you. Mutalisks are very, very harass units and require a high APM, which what we're seeing from Nikon right now is not that high. Now that's probably because he's not spamming, but even still, it's not like a super high APM. So I'm just saying, if you're a player, just go units that you can handle. Don't be pressured to go, you know, Mutalisks every single time in a TVC. I mean, there are other options as lurkers. They're just, people will argue that Mutalisks are by far superior, which I'm not really going to go talk about because I do not feel knowledgeable enough to really talk about that. But yeah, so these lings aren't going to accomplish much. Now, lurkers can be very difficult for Terran to deal with, especially in choke points, especially in an artificial choke point that's left Puyi, that he's left himself. So Nikon is actually not going to be in a terrible position for lurkers right now, because with this wall off, it does make a choke point that makes it more difficult for Marines to get through. So never a fun time. Okay, but lurkers, you know what he might, oh, okay, so no, he doesn't know about the glitch. So actually, the lurkers can also be beneficial on this map too, because you can actually morph lurkers and like make a phase through this entire thing, and then you can get the main base. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how you do the trick or anything, but I just know it's possible. And also, you know what he might even do? Something that I've always wanted to try doing on maps like this is, because lurkers do splash damage, they do hit stacked units. So he may even just attack this back door, which could be an option. I mean, it might take a while because of what's 5,000 or 2,000 HP. So it's definitely going to take a while for lurker to kill that off, but it could completely open up a back door. It could. It very much could. And, yep, that's what you're going to do. Yep. Oh, wow, that's very creative, actually. That's something that I've always wanted to do. Man, he's like what my mindset is, man. I mean, this is, like, awesome. Oh, wait, but does he know about it? I mean, he's doing his best right here. Remember, guys. These are stacked. Okay, anyway, we have 3 seconds at the natural. Not as much for a full-on bio push as what Puyi's doing right now. Puyi's going for +1. Did he +1 or finish? Yes, did. So, he went for like a +1 stim timing. Yep, +1 stim timing. Yep. Very powerful push. Can be very difficult to deal with. And he just has to continue attacking these. He didn't quite kill them. Yep, they're dead. He can go in now. I mean, this is actually really nice, because if you didn't know, stack builders can be killed off by, like, Reavers. Oh, you know what he's going to do? He's going to make a lot of lings. No, he's not. Never mind. I thought he was going to make a lot of lings. Like, do you know how difficult it would be to have, like, 3 hatchets worth of lings in your main base at this early on the game? Like, do you know how difficult it would be? But, man, Nikon, man, this guy is, like, mapping this up, man. This is awesome. And I'm not sure if Puyi knows this map, or doesn't know about that back door, or didn't think that this was going to happen. But, ouch. But, see, this is the issue. I mean, he's in the production, and that's, like, the worst thing. And there isn't that many Rhines out to really deal with this. And not to mention there's an artificial choke point. Okay, there we go. And he was gonna go potential drops too. He might just do like a dude drop in the game, but that's not gonna happen. So pretty much, I think Nikon's won this, because I mean, like, look at what's happening to the main base. I mean, he can even go spiral transition if he wanted to, which, alright, so no, we're just going to let him hide there. For potential workers and stuff. But not, I mean, the other thing though is, like, if he cleans this up, like, now he's like to worry about like this whole back door opening into his main base. So now it's like a bunker on the high ground or something like that to help defend. Like, this is something that you just don't want to deal with as a terrorist. When Zergs do this, like, no. Which, like, no thanks. So, very creative build. With the addition of the tanks, excuse me, it does change some things. Because they do outrange lurkers. So he's gonna hold. But, I mean, I'd say the damage has been dealt. I mean, no bio being made for maybe 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half at most, or no, 2 minutes at most. I mean, I'm looking at this bio army, and honestly, by 10 minutes, I'd hope this army would be at least twice as big. Not mentioned like the sheer amount of SCVs that were probably killed off in the time. 29 drones to 27 SCVs. Okay, so they're about even in a harvesters, but Zerg tends to be in lower supply anyway. It just tends to how they go. So yeah, medic's just gonna splice in half. I don't understand how their body parts like die in 5, like from like things clawing at them. I just don't understand it. Okay, so Puyi has probably like one option right here, and it's just to go attack. But the issue though is like Nikon's like, no, dude, screw you. I already have Sunkens, I already have Lings, I already have Lurkers. He has an anti-bio task force back at home. 9 Dimensions attacking. So, I mean, like, he's totally fine. And, like, look at this. Puyi's in the center of the map, just doesn't know what to do. And, honestly, I don't think it's his fault. It's just like, what do you do in this scenario? It's like, do I attack? Do I defend? I mean, 13 SCVs of his were just killed off. And, you know, and it's just like, I'm honestly, I mean, I wouldn't know how to deal with this properly, and I just think Puyi just doesn't know either. And again, it's like, when you practice matches, when you ladder, you don't see these games. You don't play these games. These are just games that you just kind of have to have a super in-game sense to figure out what the hell's going on here. And in terms of like D rank, sometimes those Lings killed off every single round. Wow. GG. But yeah, I mean, like, this is why sometimes D-Rank is so entertaining, because sometimes these players you just get some very creative, funky-looking kind of things that happen in these, like, weird late-game transitions and stuff, and people can get away with it sometimes because not everyone reacts and, like, counters it super well. But anyway, guys, I mean, that was definitely a recommended VOD to anyone that's seen it. Very nice backdoor. Potentially you may see it more often on this map with Zergs. Just because this game was casted, but so 3H Lurker is not a bad option on this map at all. But that being said, guys, Fitza is signing out, and we will be back and operational very soon while I upload this video. Alright, guys, comment, like, subscribe if you like our videos, and Fitz is signing out. Peace, guys.